Hey everybody, Dr. Oliver here for backintelligence.com, and today we're going to talk about the lats and a couple soft tissue techniques you can use to reduce tension in the lats. If you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button to get access to videos as we put them out. Your lats, or your latissimus dorsi, it's a big muscle that runs on your back. And essentially it's the widest muscle in our body, and it runs from our shoulder and it anchors down into our low back, connecting in multiple spots, including our pelvis and our spine. And it's a big, powerful muscle that is often tight on individuals. So we often see, in my office, I see individuals with low back pain, also shoulder pain, even neck dysfunction that have really tight lats. So we often tell them how they can deal with the lats. So there's a couple different soft tissue techniques we're going to go over. Now your lats are an important muscle. They do several different actions, and it's specifically moving your arm. So they will give you some arm extension, they'll give you internal rotation as well, and they can bring it closer to your body as well. So they call that adduction. So this sort of motion. So when we have tight lats though, you can see because they anchor into the low back, you'll often see people describing tension or discomfort in the low back as well. So we're gonna have Leon come out, we're gonna demonstrate where these muscles are, and then we'll go over different techniques how to work on them. So we have Leon here to demonstrate kind of where this muscle is. So essentially the lats attach your arm or your humerus to your body, and essentially does all those actions we talked about, extending the arm behind you, bringing it inward, and some internal rotation. Now it spreads across your low back here. So it attaches into your thoracolumbar fascia, down into your pelvis as well. So it's this big, broad muscle, which is pretty thin, but it's a broad, powerful muscle that can be tight. And this is the muscle we're going to work on. We're going to show you how to do it with a foam roller and also with a ball as well. So we'll have Leon use the roller. So we're going to go on the ground for this. So we're going to start out doing some soft tissue techniques using the foam roller for the lat. Now the lat can be very sensitive, so you got to be careful. When you're getting into this, just be slow and be easy. If you feel like it's really too uncomfortable, then you might want to wait on this technique and try the ball first and then move into it. But we're going to try it here. So I have Leon's laying down next to it. Again, that lat's underneath your arm. So you're going to get it right on your side there. And then you're going to start to use your bottom leg to drive yourself up and down. Now, if you can tolerate rolling, you're going to do that. And you can break it up into chunks because, again, we said it's a pretty big area. So maybe focus on that top third, go to the middle third, and then the lower third. So break them up 30 seconds to a minute each area. But if you find it's really uncomfortable and you find some really hot spots, you can just sit and start breathing. Breathing's really important with soft tissue work, as we've talked about, but you're just really going to engage and try to do that. You can also, if you feel like you're straining and holding your neck, you can try to support your neck with your hand as well, just so you don't have to hold it up there. So again, we're looking for these tight, tender spots all the way there. You may have to roll a little to your back a little to get to it, or roll a little forward. Again, it's going to be along your side, into your back as well. We'll have Leon flip around so you can see where he's working on. And he'll go onto the other arm. And again, he can support himself with his hand, with his head, and he's going to work his way down. And again, you might want to break it up into 3 different areas. Stick with that top third, middle third, lower third. Again, 30 seconds to a minute on each area, and just roll. If you use this top leg here, just to kind of get the driving force and move yourself on the roller, it helps a lot. Again, if you find this just not tolerable, then we'll go to the wall. We'll show you how you can isolate it, but control the pressure a little bit better as well. So now we're going to show you how you can work the lats using a lacrosse ball on the wall. So again, you need a lacrosse ball, and you're going to line up towards the wall with your side of the wall. Again, we're going to raise this arm over your head, again, looking underneath your armpit here, a little bit to your backside. You're going to start with the ball right about here, and then you're gently going to go over to the wall and apply some pressure, and then you can work yourself up and down. You can move the ball with your hand if you want. We're just looking around in that area for some tender, tight spots. This is generally where we're going to find those hot trigger points, is right in here, maybe an inch or two below, inch or two back. You just kind of roll until you find it. If you find a really hot spot, you can just stop right on it, hold the pressure, and breathe. You can couple little options with your arm. You can either have it here, you can rest it on top of your head as a relaxation technique, or you can actually add some movement. Some patients, I'll actually have them just go through some shoulder flexion. Doing that puts the lat on a stretch as you're doing it. It's another way to kind of get into that muscle a little bit more. So play with those different ways of doing it and see which one works best for you. We'll have Leon spin around so you can see where he's getting on the back here. So again, he's working with the ball right in there, and he's just going to apply gentle pressure initially to see if he can find it. You might have to roll up or down. You might have to work the ball a little bit lower or a little bit more posterior, but that's generally about the region you're going to look. And if he spins a little bit this way, right about there is most commonly where you're going to see that. Again, yours might be within an inch or two, up and down. You don't really have to venture much lower like we did with the roller for this. This is going to be more pinning down those hot spots, holding and breathing. No more than a minute, but if it gets better in 10, 20, 30 seconds, move on. And again, try playing with some of that arm, shoulder flexion and see if that helps, because that just gets in a different way.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like it and share it with a friend. Also, we'd love to send you 3 posture correction exercises that we've done with Dr. David Oliver. These videos will help correct that forward head and rounded shoulder type of posture that we're all suffering from today. So if you'd like to get those 3 videos, there's going to be a link to get them somewhere here on the video or down below in the description. Go to that page, enter your email, and we'll send you those videos right away.